Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to our What's New This Week. What's New This Week live stream. So we are broadcasting from YouTube and Facebook, and we're just going to hang tight. Oh, I see people already. Excellent. And let people roll in. Please say hello in the chat and let us know you are here. Shelby is typing as Two Scrapbook Friends, so she will be moderating this evening. Now I have been playing a lot with the features on this software. I know I have to work on lighting, but I did figure out a lot of other really cool things. So we are going to be doing two draws tonight. One is going to be a live draw right here at the end of the video. And the way you're going to qualify for that is in the chat. So you definitely want to be interactive and communicating with us. And then the other thing we're going to be doing is our usual type of draw, where when you make a purchase of anything that we talk about in the live, you will put in your comments, Facebook Live or YouTube Live or live stream, something like that. Even just the word live will work. And that way we know that you were here and you shopped because of that. And then you will be entered in the draw to win this. So the live draw that we're going to do with the chat, that is going to be done towards the end of the video. And it is going to be for a gift card. So definitely keep an eye on that chat and things that are going on. So I've got a lot going on in front of me. I always say that I can't talk and do things at the same time. Well, now I'm talking, doing things, and working this software too. I just realized I don't have my iPad sitting in front of me. So I'm just going to grab that and quickly set it up just while we let people roll in here. We're just going to give everyone just a minute, although we've got lots of people already. Hello, everyone. I'm so excited. Okay, so how's your week been going? Good? My week's been going great. Did you guys all see that cute little post I did on Facebook on Monday? Maybe I did it Tuesday morning. We had extra help on the weekend, or on Monday, pulling orders. There, now I've got my iPad all set up here. Oh, and I better plug in my phone too, because that'll be the next thing, is my phone will die. That would be terrible. I'm just going to shake for a second there. Just going to get that set up. Good. Yes. So Olivia came in and she was helping us pull orders. She was really just kind of getting in the way, but she was having fun. So it was awesome. Yeah, I know there's a hockey game. You know what? But I got to get work done. And, I've kind of fallen off the hockey bandwagon because my two teams are out. So life is busy. Lots of things to do. Okay, so this giveaway is going to be for anybody who purchases anything from the live tonight, or like by midnight. You can be watching this on replay as well, and you can still qualify. So by midnight, no, not by midnight. You know what? Why don't we say midnight? Doesn't give you much time, does it? Why don't we say by midnight tomorrow? Then I will do the draw, because that doesn't really give you much time. Usually I do the live streams in the morning. Or early afternoon, but I'm going to do tomorrow at midnight, and then we will do the draw. So you have a bit of time. Yes, extra time to shop. That's right. So give you a little extra time, especially if you're coming in and watching it on replay. You want to have a little bit of extra time to do that. So we'll do tomorrow at midnight. I will cut it off, and then I will draw and post on Friday morning, first thing, and then we will announce the winners. And Shelby will already have the prize pack at the store by then, so then she can just slip it into somebody's lucky box. Okay, so that is the prize here. So this was donated by Doodlebug, and we are very grateful that they do this from time to time. They just did their cute little strawberry release, Strawberry Kisses, I think it's called. And all of this great product is going to go to one lucky winner. So somebody wants to know, who is Olivia? Well, Olivia is my granddaughter. And you can go and visit our Facebook page. I did a little post. She's just 2 years old, and she was visiting the store on Monday, and she was helping with the order pulling. Really, all she was doing was carrying boxes around, but it was fun. We took lots of fun pictures, so it was great. Okay, so let's get started. So I'm going to set this aside. I'll revisit this at the end again to recap you. And welcome to everybody who is new. I see Lynn said this is her first time. Is it your first time with the live, or just new to our store? It doesn't matter. It's we're welcoming all the new people. We love having new people. So if you have any questions at all during the live stream, please just ask them. Shelby can highlight comments and put them up on my screen. So if I don't see them, then they'll pop up and right in front of me, and I'll be able to answer them. So yes, so just shout out any questions you might have, and we'll go from there. I've also built in a new feature that I'm going to be able to sort of show you a little slide for some inspiration on some of the product that I'm talking about when I'm talking about it. So Shelby will be putting links in the comments so that if you want to click on them, it will take you to our online store and you can see the product there. But this is going to help a little bit with sort of showing you what the product does as I go through things. And I don't have it for everything, but I have it for some things. So we'll start with this. This is new from Concord and 9th / Christina Werner. It is the May release, and this is the finishing touches dies. Now I'm just going to pop. Well, first of all, we'll talk about the dies. So you can see that these dies are just going to. We're getting a glare on all the lights. We're just going to put stitching detail into your card or layout panels. So it doesn't actually cut anything, but it does add this great stitching detail into your panels. Now I'm just going to pop up a quick sample. I know it's small, but you can see in the background that there is stitching embedded into the panel of that card. So that is what these dies do. And you get 4 different dies, and they all do something just a little bit different. So it's really cool. She came out with stencils and stamps that did detailed edging on card fronts and stuff too. So this just kind of goes along with that. So that is, again, Christina's finishing touches dies. Okay, so that is the first little slide. Isn't that cool? And then we have the Blissful Blooms stencil pack. So this is a set of 5 stencils, and they are larger size. Oh my gosh, this light is really giving me grief. They are a larger size, and you can get 2 card front panels from 1 set of stencils. So I'll just flip this over here so you can see what the panels look like when they're all stenciled up. And you'll notice that they're long and rectangular. And that means that when you cut that in half, you end up with 2 panels. So you're kind of getting 2 for the price of 1 here, which is really cool. And so that's just a couple of different color combinations. And then I will just throw up a little slide here to show you kind of what that can look like on the front of a card. So you can see how the whole panel, you can have it so that the whole panel takes up 1 card front, but that is only half of the full panel that you stencil. I hope that makes sense. So that is how that works. And then we have the Window Wishes dies. This light is really bothering me. So I'm going to see if that helps. Yes, a little bit. Okay, so this is the Window Wishes bundle. So we've got the stamp set and we've got the die set, and it does create a beautiful window. And I'm just going to quickly show you the slide that I have ready to go here for this. So this will show you how all of the pieces work and all the different combinations that you can get. So several different window styles, and then some really cute banners, and that they're kind of curved. And there's lots of different elements to the windows. You'll notice that some of the windows have a window pane in them, which you can see on this slide. And that window pane can be used for like a little grid panel outside of the window to do other things with, or you can have a window without a pane. So you have options there too. And then of course you can decorate your basket that goes underneath your window in lots of different ways too. So it's a very versatile set that does lots of great things. Christina, look how fancy you are. You can put up samples. I know. I figured that out today. It was so exciting for me. My husband was sort of making fun of me at dinner. He was like, wow, I've never seen anybody get so excited about a simple thing like Alive. And I'm like, listen, we're trying to be like cutting edge. Hello, everyone. Everyone's still arriving. That's so awesome. Okay, so these are, this is the Sunshine and Rainbows die set from Concord and Ninth. And again, this is still from the May release. And this die set is super fun. So you can tell just by looking at it, you get a lot of different dies that come in this collection. So obviously a large rainbow, and then you've got the cutout part that you can layer the rainbow pieces on. You've got a smaller one. You've got sentiments. You've got arch sentiments, clouds, all kinds of great things that are featured in this great set. And then I'm going to also bring up the simple pop-up dies. And these dies create little mechanisms to pop things out from the background of your card. And you might look at it and say, well, I could probably cut strips of paper and score them and do the same thing. And yes, you can, but it is also super cool to have the dies do it for you. If you're like me, then it's just easier sometimes. So I'm going to show you a quick slide that shows kind of what those pop-up windows or pop-up dies and the rainbow things can do if you put them together. So here's a card that someone on their design team has made, and the card is open, and you can see that the clouds are popped forward and then the rainbow is kind of in behind. So it does create some pretty fun 3D type of scenes. So that's what the pop-up dies do. And then all of the elements that you see on that card come from this Sunshine and Rainbows die set. So pretty fun. Okay, so let's get that out of the way. And then we did restock from the April release the Paper Posy bundle. This was very popular, and we're still getting requests for it. So it is back in stock again. So you can see that you get the stamp set, the embossing folder, and a die set with all of the flowers and greenery that go with it. So you don't have to use the embossing folder, but it does give your blossoms texture, which is really cool. And I'm just going to quickly show you all the different flowers and things that you can cut out and layer up to create. So the possibilities are endless with this. And I know you probably can't see the detail too well, and maybe some of you who are broadcasting this up onto your TV can, but with the embossing folder, it will give you detail in some of the petals. So that is a really cool feature as well. And then we can also just show a quick card here on, you know, when you put the clusters together, all the different things that you can do with that. So again, a set like this gives you lots and lots of possibilities. And again, you can use different colors of cardstock and all the fun things to put those combinations together and make them do what you want them to do. So you can create your own garden, really. So that is it for Concord and Ninth. And then just a quick one-off type of thing. We did get the Intense Black ink pad and re-inker back in stock from Hero Arts. It's been out of stock for a little while, so we were happy to see that back again. So that is available. And then we have the newest Better Press plate from the Better Press Society. So these plates are exclusive to retailers that are part of this program. Many stores will do a membership thing where you sign up for 6 months and you're kind of committed for those 6 months. We don't do it that way. We just sort of bring them in, but we have to submit our numbers 6 months in advance. So we can't get any more of these plates. When they're gone, they're gone. And this one has an add-on this month, which has a stencil. And this is called the Mosaic Path. So it's just a beautiful mosaic pattern. Now with Better Press plates, you can use them as a stamp in your Better Press. So you can use ink and stamp the design, but you can also use these as foil plates, and you can use your glimmer machine and foil the design as well. And then the stencil will layer over top of that design and fill in all of the patterns, and you can create some pretty fun designs that way. So I did quickly grab a sample where I can show you kind of what it looks like. And I don't know if Marianne is still here, but she actually posted in our inspiration group today, and she has already created a card with it, and it looked spectacular. So if she is here, maybe she can chime in and tell us how cool was it to play with this set. But when I look at this particular card that I've got up here, it kind of reminds me of an in-ground pool when they used to tile the floor and the edges. That's what it reminds me of. So super cool ideas and lots of fun things that you can do with it, but they are available in limited quantities. So make sure that you grab it while you can. All right, now we're going to move on to Tailored Expressions, and we are going to talk about some new little bits dies that came in. This is from the For Him release that they did, and it is in time for Father's Day, but this goes far beyond Father's Day. Great for masculine cards. Anybody who likes sports themed things, great ideas for, what am I trying to say? Scrapbook pages as well, because you can use them as ephemera. So what does Marianne say? Love the stencils with that set and fun to use. Awesome. Thanks for sharing that. So we do have football. There's a football themed one. So you get the foam finger and then you get the football. And then there's a basketball one, which gives you the basketball. And then we have the baseball one. I love the baseball one. It gives you the glove, and the glove has all the stitching detail, plus the bat and the ball. Now there is a golf one, but it has sold out. So we will reorder that one and it will be back in stock again. And I'm just going to quickly show you a little slide here on something using those little icons. And you can see how easy it is to whip up a card. And maybe your person is into all kinds of sports, not just one particular one. So it's nice to mix and match those die sets up so that you can use them for lots of different things. And then I'm also just going to show you another slide that has the baseball items in the bottom corner of this card. And this leads us to another set that we're going to talk about too. And that is this stamp set here. And it's called UR Editions 2. So this is a really cool set. It's a sentiment set. And you can see that this part stamps all at once. And then there's a die right here that you can place over top of that and then cut out all of the sentiments at one time. So you get sentiments like, you are my hero, you are amazing, you are a home run, you are a slam dunk, you are the MVP, next level, appreciated, super cool, and the best. So I love the ones at the end here because, oops, my glare, sorry. Because they're not sports related. So you are appreciated, you are super cool, and you are the best. So I do love that they incorporated those. They also gave you 2 URs so that you can stamp a couple of them at a time and then use the die to cut them out. But that is a really fun one, and you can mix and match those sentiments to do all kinds of things. Now, in the sample that I have up there, they actually used this section here just to do the background of their card. They didn't even cut it out, which is pretty cool. And then they did cut out the UR, and then they cut out next level in a different color and layered it over top, which I thought was kind of cool. But you can also see that baseball die cut set in action as well. So that is the Little Bits dies and the stamp set. And then they have another stamp set that they came out with, and it's called Perfect Pennant Dad. Now that goes along with the Perfect Pennant die set that was just released not too long ago. I think they did it for St. Patrick's Day, but now they're bringing out other things that go along with it, which is really cool. So you can make these really cool pennants, and you can either just leave them like they are. They make really nice banners too. But you can also add sentiments and different things with them, and that's where these sets come in. So again, you can use these sentiments on their own, just as, you know, Happy Father's Day, you're the MVP, you're the best. We Heart Dad, You're Number One. There's a die set as well. And the die does come with a few little miscellaneous dies too, like the cup, so like a trophy, and a couple of stars. And then there's also a foilet for those too. So if you want to foil out those sentiments, and they also have designs that you can foil for the pennants. So this is like a combo pack. But I am just going to put up a card sample really quick here that just shows you how cool those pennants can look. So here you can see that they've used the foilets in the background on this, and that's where the patterns come. But you can use patterned paper, you can use cardstock, you can use cardstock that you've stamped on to make your own patterns, stenciled backgrounds, and then cut out the pennants. And then they've just added those sentiments from this set here on top. But if you've got other sentiments like birthday sentiments and things like that, you can also add those in there as well. So it's a really fun set to play with. They would make great cupcake toppers. Oh my gosh, yes. They can do cupcake toppers. They can do little banners on cards or layouts. So they don't have to be like pennants on a stick. You can do lots of different things with them. So lots of great options for those for sure. It's a very versatile set, and you can have a lot of fun with it for sure. Okay, so next up we have another new die in their Mega Messages series, and this is the one that says You're the Best. Again, they released it with the For Him collection because, you know, dads are the best. But it's really cool because you get just the words and then you also get the outline. So you can do both. So sometimes you want the shadow option and sometimes you don't. So either way, it's pretty cool. I am really sorry about the lighting, guys. I'm going to have to work on this like really badly because this is terrible. I'm trying to hold things in such a way that you're not getting a huge glare, but sometimes it just goes on there. But I will work on it. We will get better as we go along for sure. So that's the You're the Best. And then the final item is the new quad. This is called Patterned Playground. And this, if you're not familiar with quad stencils, you create 4 card panels at once when you are stenciling out this collection, and then you cut them apart and you end up with 4 card fronts all in one time. Now you can do them individually. I'll just hold this up. These are the 4 panels that you end up stenciling out. Now, again, you can switch up the colors that you use, and you can use them for almost anything, but they do work really well for Father's Day. So I'm just going to, oops, I didn't show you this slide. So this slide here is showing the You're the Best mega message. And you also see the background on that card. That is using one of the panels from this quad stencil. So I'm just going to flip to the next slide here. And there you can see all 4 backgrounds stenciled out and what they can look like. And you can just switch up the colors and, you know, make them whatever you like. So I love that it's not really themed. It's just backgrounds and different things that you can do with those. So it's a great one. And if you've ever worked with quads before, they're just spectacular. And you can just do one panel at a time if you want. You don't have to do all 4 each time you pull the stencil out. So it's easy to just put a panel in behind and then you just stencil away on one piece. So really cool, but great for masculine cards for sure. Okie dokie. And then just a couple more things. These I don't have slides for. Oops, let's get you back to my regular screen. So this, we brought in the Build a Scene dies. Again, this one is Build a Scene Rolling Hills. So this just gives you dies in here that create rolling hills. So great for scene building. You can, oh, these darn lights. Let me try to get it right. There we go. Great for scene building. So if you want rolling hills, that works out perfect. They also have Build a Scene Grassy Hills. And then we've got Rolling Waves. And we have Rolling Clouds. So if you're looking for some great scene building dies, these are awesome to have in your stash. And those have all been restocked. And now we have some new products in from Pink and Main. So just a couple of things. They did have a sort of birthday release, and we snagged the best ever Best Birthday Ever stamp and die. This is bundled together. And I'm just going to pop a little slide up here so you can see what you can do with this fun set. So this, you'll notice that the stamps are sort of circular in configuration. You can certainly use them on their own, but they do fit perfectly inside the large balloon on this die set. So if you die cut out that balloon, the stamps will fit perfectly in the middle. And that's what you can see right there on that little slide that I have up. They turned it into a shaker card, but then you also get this really great, a separate die cluster of balloons, which is really fun too. These sentiments won't fit on those, but it's a great accent and they kind of go together. And then of course you've got some dies to make some balloon strings as well. So yes, Shelby just said it is a fun and easy way to fill the whole front of your card very quickly. I love, love, love those. Now, the other thing that we brought in is this really cool embossing folder. This is called Birthday Wishes. And I did actually emboss that out because I added that to my stash as well. So here is that embossing folder embossed out on white. Oops, let me get back. We don't need to be on this slide anymore. They would be perfect for scrapbook layouts. All of these things can be perfect for scrapbook layouts. Well, maybe not all of them, but definitely like the size of these balloons, you could make a very impactful cluster on a scrapbook layout for sure. But there is that embossing folder. Really cool. And I did cut the panel down, and just to show you kind of what it would look like on the front of a card, I just put it on this scalloped black background, and you can see how quick and easy that is for making a card as well. And you've got that beautiful embossed design on your card. I'm just going to hold that up a little closer just so you can really see the detail on that. I know it gets a little blurry, but just to give you an idea of how cool that looks. So I love that. And I mean, again, you could emboss that background and then you could put that nice big balloon on there. Oh my gosh. Or you could even just die cut the balloon and have the embossed area as part of the balloon. There's just so many options, but it is a great little set for sure. So that's Pink and Main. And then also from Pink and Main, we have a stack of fun things here. So this is a package that has 3 stainless steel glue pins in it. So if you have the little squeeze bottles of glue or anything that has a glue tip, and sometimes you know that the tip will clog and you have to just put the pin inside there just to kind of clear out the chamber. This is perfect. And they're good because they're stainless steel, so they won't rust. I find even from time to time, I have to use a stainless steel pin in the tip of my glue press. I don't usually put my lid on my glue press bottle. I leave the lid off all the time. So sometimes if I haven't used it for several days or a week, I just have to put a pin in there really fast. And then that's fine the whole time I'm using it. There is a little pin in the lid of the glue press bottle, but I find this one goes right down into that chamber and it works really well. So if you're looking for some stainless steel pins, this is a great thing to have on hand. And then we got a bunch of new foil it is a tailored things, foilable panels. So this works with the toner foil and the Mink or the Fuse machine for foiling. So these panels give you the white background and the black background. So wherever the black is where the foil is going to stick. Ugh, I'm fighting with these lights. I'm not happy. Let me see if I can get it so you can actually see it. Okay, there we go. So you get the star pattern on this one. This one just does the words. Okay, so you get all those words. So the foil will stick to all of that black part. So that is pretty cool. And then we have the happy birthday. I love this. It looks like those puffy balloons. Turn it this way. So the happy birthday, and you can foil that up. And this one is a beautiful scene that says, hello, friend. Now, keep in mind with these foil it panels, you don't have to foil them if you don't want to. You can ink blend over top of these foil panels and just leave everything black. You don't have to use foil on them at all. But look how beautiful that design is. You can even get out your coloring mediums and color those up. And then this one is streamers, or sorry, confetti it's called. And here's another one that has a beautiful scene. It's got this gorgeous floral cake. So see how pretty that is? So even if you don't want to foil it, you don't have to. And this one says, congratulations balloons. And these are kind of like those balloons that you go to get filled up, the foil balloons. They're really cool. This one says congratulations on it. And then this one has the butterflies, the big butterflies. And there's a couple different designs in here. And I'll just flip it over because it is quite large. It takes up like almost the full panel. And I really liked this one. This is the mountain views. And there's 4 different designs in this one. So these would make great masculine cards for sure. And again, anywhere there's black, the foil will stick, or you can use them just the way that they are. So lots of new foil panels from Pink and Main. And then we've got the white holographic cardstock. We carried this before. I'm just going to move this around a little bit because I want you to see the pattern that is showing on there. Isn't that fun? I'm not sure what you would use this for. So you guys can pipe up in the comments and let me know what you think. But I just think it's so cool. We sold out of it really fast the last time we had it. So really fun. Okay. So that is it for Pink and Main. How are we doing, guys? Hanging in there? Just remember, we are doing a draw for a great prize pack. So if you do go shopping, make sure in the comments of your order, you put live stream, Facebook Live, YouTube Live, something to let us know that you were here. And then your name will get entered into a draw and you can win this. And we're going to keep the draw open until tomorrow at midnight. So you have today and tomorrow to shop and qualify for the draw. So if you're coming in on replay and want to get in on that, you can. So we have a question. Can you use alcohol pens with these panels? You can. I'm just not sure what type of paper those foilables are printed on. So I don't think it's going to affect the printing that's on there. I'm just not sure if the best, if it's the best kind of paper for alcohol markers, but you could give it a try for sure. So this is the one prize pack. And then at the end of our live stream, we are doing a draw, and you have to be here live for this one. And it's going to be based on comments, and you can be entered into a draw to win a gift card. So hopefully you'll hang into the very end of the stream because it's going to be worth it. Okay, now we're going to move on to Waffle Flower. We've got some restock items here. This is called Overlapping Hug Editions. This has been an extremely popular set. We have a hard time keeping this one in stock, and it keeps going out of stock with Waffle Flower too. So this is a stamp and die bundle, and I did pull out a card that I had used as one of the sentiments on. So you can see the word friend on this card. I'm just going to see. Yep. So that is actually stamped and die cut out. It's very scripty and elegant. And they are nice and long. So they go like over a wider area, but they're nice to overlap other things as well because they're kind of thin. So I really like how those look. So the words you get are friend, get well, love, for you, and sending. So you get all of those words, and there are dies for all of them as well. So they're just nice additions to other sets that you might have. I love adding those on. So that's a good one. And then I know we're a little out of season here, but Winter View Elements. So this is a popular one. It had gone out of stock. We weren't even sure they were going to bring it back, but they did. So we had a number of people on a wait list for this, and they've all been notified, and people are buying this one like quick. So if it's something that you want, make sure you grab it. It's got the deer silhouettes, the tree, the gondola, the little village. Great scene building die for sure. Okay, and then this is another scripty sentiment set. It's called Simply Said. There is no die for this. It's just sentiments. They're very nice and scripty, and they pair up nicely with other larger sentiments or just completely on their own. And you get everything from happy birthday to congratulations, get well soon, just a note. Can you guys hear that? My husband is outside doing something. And I got this new microphone, and I'm thinking that you're probably hearing all of that. Oh, yeah. So great sentiment set. And then we have the nested dotted dies. So in rectangle and circle. So I pulled out a couple of samples for that too. This is a card I made a while ago, and you can see that dotted detail around the outside. that is these dies right here, the rectangles. But you can see that it is a nesting set. Oh my gosh. I'm going to have to talk to him. So this is a nesting set. So you get all the way down to small ones and then all the way up to the full A2 size. So it's great to make a focal point on things. I love how they turn out. And here's another card where I've used them along the outside edge. Just to hold that up there so you can see it. I just pulled these out of my stash just so you could kind of see. So this one is like a white on white, but you can see that if you put another color in behind it, it really pops those dots right through. And oh, good, it's not very loud. Thank you. I guess he won't be in that much trouble then. Okay, and then one of my favorite mini slim dies is the mini slim lacy layers. So in this die set, you can see that you get the layer that has the rectangle with stitching, and then there's another layer that has scalloped with a dotted detail on it, and those can be layered together, but you can also use them on their own. So that's good too. So that's a really fun set. So Mary says she can't hear a thing. Well, so that's a little inside joke. Mary has, I don't think she's 100% deaf because I think she can hear me, but she's definitely hearing impaired. And so she said she can't hear a thing. So I think that's quite funny. Okay, so this is another restock. It's called the Full Bloom Sentiments and Die Set. So again, if you have a lot of floral stamps, this is kind of a really fun one to pair up with that. Thanks for helping me bloom. It's your time to bloom. Where flowers bloom, so does hope. Love is in bloom. Proud to see you bloom. So it really kind of takes the flower thing and kind of makes it fun with the sentiments. So if you have a lot of florals and you're looking for a really nice sentiment set to go along with those, that's a good one. And then just a few stencils here that came back in stock. We are expecting a very large Waffle Flower restock. What day is tomorrow? Yep, it is tomorrow. So Thursday, it's coming across the border tomorrow, plus another new release. Oh my gosh, you guys are in for a treat. So this is the shimmering water stencil. So this just gives you sort of a shimmering water background. So great for any critter stamps that you might have or backgrounds that you want to use where you get a water look. Michelle Warford wants everything. Well, Michelle, it's just the click of a button away. I'm sure you want to hear that. This is the Postage Collage addressed envelope stencil. So we did lives on this. I don't think it was last week. I think it was the week before. And we sold out of everything. It's such a fun set. So a lot of this envelope stuff is being restocked with the order that's coming in tomorrow. Now, don't expect that a lot of that stuff is going to go up online tomorrow. We get a lot of boxes all at once, and it takes us a bit of time to get through everything. So definitely be patient, but be watching that what's new section and also your favorite brands to be restocked because there's tons of stuff. This is the Postage Collage coloring stencil. So this does the blocks with the different patterns, and that's a popular one too. So that is back in stock. We do have the A2 Postage Collage block die. This is this is not A2. This is A6. This is not the standard A2 size. The A2 size is still back ordered with Waffle Flower. It should be back in stock anytime, and then they will ship out. So probably I'm saying like 19th, 20th of June is probably when we're going to see it arrive in our store. But this is the A6 block size. So if you're looking for that, definitely check it out. Yep. And Shelby says we have an entire selection, an entire section. I'm going to pop this. Yep. Thank you. I'm going to pop that up there. We have, that's the wrong thing. An entire section just for all things Postage Collage. On our online store. That's how big this collection is. So we have a section just for that. So you can check that out online. And things come and go out of there all the time. All right. Next up, what do we have? Okay. I'm going to show you two paper collections, and then I'm going to do a little demo. Oh my gosh. I'm going to close my window. That is really loud. I know some of you say you don't hear it, but I feel like I'm yelling. Let's close it. Who knew he was going to be that noisy? I'll close this door too. Okay. So we're going to look at the Doodlebug. I might be zoomed in way too close for this. Let's see. It's not too bad. You won't see the full paper, but it's not bad. So this is the Berry Sweet collection from Doodlebug. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, we've been hit very hard with this Doodlebug stuff. So there are items that are out of stock. And even though we try to reorder, our suppliers are out of stock as well. So it's on our list. We're getting it back in, but it's going to be slow. So I'm going to show you the papers that we do have. These are, I think, mini collections. They aren't like the full collections that you normally see from Doodlebug. They're smaller, which is really kind of nice. Sorry, I'm just grabbing a quick drink. So this is what they call, this is called Sweet Spot, and it's kind of like their journal card, but they sort of did journal cards and 3x4 cards and then word strips kind of all on the same paper. And then on the reverse side, you get this cute little dot. And this one is called Berry Basket. And again, they've got their 4x4s. They've got tags through the middle, and then they've got paper strips. So in the larger collections, they have a paper of just tags, a paper of just 4x4s, and then just strips. So they've kind of combined everything, and I love that. And then we've got the beautiful plaid. They always have a beautiful plaid. Yeah, I know, Mary. It's, you know, darn those Doodlebugs. They always come out with such cute collections. If you are part of the calendar series, we are using Doodlebug for May. So all you Doodlebuggers are going to be really happy. This one's called Strawberry Fields. Those cute strawberries. And then this one's called Strawberry Stripe. Little daisies on the back. This one is called Berry Sweet. And I'll just hold that up and you can see those cute berries. And they even have the little floral. So that's what the berry looks like before it becomes a berry. And then you've got your dot on the back. Another floral. This one's very berry. And then you've got more cute little strawberries on the back of this one as well. That is our pet name for Doodlebug fans. Yes, Doodlebuggers. We always call you guys Doodlebuggers. Okay, and then we have we brought in the shadow box kits. So these are really adorable little sets. If you've never made a shadow box insert kit, they're so fun. So you get stickers and you get enamel dots and you get little icons. You also get a map and everything, and you can make up a shadow box, or sorry, a mat that goes inside a shadow box. And we sell the shadow boxes too. It's an 8x8 size. I know that's not very clear there, but it'll give you an idea. And they're so fun. So great for room decor for sure. So if you are a person who likes to switch out your decor based on seasons, it's super fun. And speaking of seasons, we had a customer order in a bunch of the older ones. So we have a few extras. This one is the tinsel. I think this is tinsel time. So it's a Christmas one. So if you like to put that out at Christmas time, that would be really cute. So, and then there's the icon stickers. So this is the 6x12 sheet of icon stickers. And then we've got the 6x8 pad, which is new for Doodlebug. They used to do 6x6 pads, and now they're doing 6x8 pads, which is amazing. And they are super great for 12x12 layouts too. Or if you want to do cards or mini books, it works well for them too. So all the pattern papers are just scaled down a little bit, so the prints are smaller. It's really nice. And then we've got puffy stickers. I mean, they couldn't get any cuter, honestly. So you get all the cuteness and it's puffed. And then we have all the things. So what they've done is they've combined their chit chat and their odds and ends together in this pack. So you get 138 die cuts. So you get icons and words. So it's so fun to get all of that in one package. And then, of course, you always have the cutest little doodle pops, and I'll hold these up. So this one is called Strawberry Shortcake, and it's the little cake with the face on it. And then this one here is called the Berry Bouquet. And then this one here is called Berry Basket. This one might be my favorite. I love it. I just think it's so cute. And then, of course, the interactive one, the shaker pop, this one is called Berry Sweet. So you've got the little shaker balls, and I just hate saying that, but that's what they're called. In red, just floating around inside there. So it's very interactive. So it's like a shaker, but you don't have to do the work. So super cute. And then we've got lots of little shape sprinkles. So we've got the strawberries, and we've got the berry blossoms. And then we've got the enamel dots. So these ones just look like candy. You just want to eat them right off the paper. And then these ones are really fun. So this is, they're like 3D almost. These are called Bitty Berries, and they almost look like glass. I know the camera won't pick it up, but you can kind of see they're very dimensional. Well, not very, but more dimensional than an enamel dot or their other sprinkles. They're really fun. I love those. And then if you're looking for shaker bits, this is Berry Patch. And inside here, you've got little leaves and berry blossoms and strawberries, and they're all in there. So that is Berry Sweet from Doodlebug. Just slide this back down here. And then if you are a bee lover, you're going to die when you see this. So we have Be Happy. So the 12 by 12 collection pack is still available for this collection. And the only reason I think it is because Doodlebug has not started sharing this on social media yet. But once they do, look out. So you get all of the pattern papers in here, plus you get the this and that sticker sheet. So all of that is available in the collection pack. Super fun. And it's in this really great yellow and black and teal color palette, which I just love. Now this is called Sweet as Honey. And again, that gives you your 4x4 cut aparts at the top, your tags through the middle, and all your paper strips here. Okay, Marianne says, I had to buy a storage box for all my Doodle Pops. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. And then your beautiful polka dot on the back. Then this one is called Beeline. And there are your 3x4 cut aparts, your word strips, and your journal spots here. And then the black and white and yellow stripe on the back. And look at that gorgeous plaid. I told you, every line, they have a beautiful plaid. I'm just going to hold that up a little closer so you can see how great it is, because you want to see that black line running through there. It's so cool. And then there's the yellow with a black polka dot and the beautiful floral. And then those little daisy blossoms on the back. I'll hold that up just a little closer so you can see. And look at these bees. This is honeybees. And another beautiful floral on the back. This one is called Be Happy. They always have one paper in the line that is named after the collection, and that's this one. And then honeycomb on the back. So those are all the papers. And then we have the 6x8 paper pad, which again has the papers I just showed you in scaled down versions. And these are great for 12 by 12 layouts, journals, 6x8 albums, cards, whatever you want to do. And then we have the stickers. Now I'm just going to bring your attention to this wee tiny little bear here. Look at the little bee sitting on his foot. How cute is he? I mean, seriously. I just don't know what else to say. There is a shadow box kit for this as well. This would be really sweet in a baby room. They're just so pretty. And then we have the puffy stickers. Like, look at the little bears. You see their little faces and the clouds. They're just so happy. And I love all the little icons here. There's puffy mushrooms. We've got the sunshines. They've got all the bees. It's just too cute. Way too cute. We do have a stamp and die set with this collection. So you get the bees and the florals, the honeycomb, and then there's matching dies for that as well. And then this one is just die cuts. So all of these elements here can be just die cut out using the dies on the back. So if you want to make bees over and over and over, you can do that with those die cuts. And then we have all the things. So this gives you 173 pieces of icons and words all in there. And then you got that cute little bear right on the front there. He's saying, take me out. Stick me on something. Okay, and then we have, sorry, just getting these organized here. We've got all of the Doodle Pops. So here is, this one is called My Honey. And there is a Doodle Pop that has that little bear with the bee on his toe. My gosh. I'm going to be, oops, what did that say? It's gone already. I missed it. I'm going to be themed baby shower. Oh, you're going to a bee themed baby shower on Saturday. Well, look at that. Too bad you didn't have this. Okay, so this is Be Happy. And this one, oh my gosh. So I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but there's actually like clear wings on the bees in this package. Can you see that? If my lighting was better, you probably could. And then this one here is called Beautiful Garden. Look at that mushroom in the bottom there. And last but not least, we've got our interactive one. This one is called Honeybees. And you can see all the shaker balls rolling around in there. So lots of movement for sure. And then we have a few different sprinkles here. We've got Nature's Honey. We've got the honeybees. And we've got the enamel dots. Love that color palette. And then, of course, if you're making little shakers or you want little doodads to stick on things, this is the Busy Bees shakers. And there's little bees and flowers and leaves and all kinds of fun stuff in there. So that is called Be Happy. And I don't know how you can't be happy when you're looking at that. Okay, so that is most of the product. Now I'm going to pull over this little gadget. So we have been waiting a little while for this. I ordered it quite a while ago. This is, where did I put the, oh, here it is. This is the Pear Blossom Press Cardmaker's T-Square A2 ruler. And you might say, well, I already have a T ruler. I don't need another one. But this one has some added features that are pretty fun. So I'm just going to quickly point those out to you. Let me just grab a darker piece of paper so that we can highlight that, because against the clear or the white map, it's kind of hard to see. So there's the ruler. And here is an A2 size panel. Okay, so this T ruler can measure when your card is portrait. Oops, I've got this going the wrong way. So it measures 4 1/4 on one side, and it measures 5 1/2 on the other. So you can use it whether you're working with horizontal cards or vertical as far as measuring. The T ruler obviously fits across your whole panel. So even if you're just using the T ruler to help you line things up, it is such a great tool. But you get coverage, the full width and height of your card. So that is important. When you are measuring it lengthwise, there is a 0 centering point on the ruler right here. So that shows you that's the halfway point between the top and the bottom, which is really nice if you're trying to, for instance, like put a sentiment right in the middle of your card. It really shows you where that center point is. And then it also has it running this way as well. So you've got that 0 centering area right in the middle. And then there are pink dots on either side of that 0 mark at the 3/8. I think they're 3/8. Pink dots at the 1/3. I'm sorry, the 1/3. So 1/3 and 1/3. And then it also has it going vertically as well. That's a third and a third. So it's easy to kind of line things up. So if you want to break your card into thirds, you can do that in either direction as well. Then we have another really cool feature about this. It has a jig built into it. So what you would do to use the jig is you turn the ruler upside down, and there's a beveled edge here, and you can slide your card panel underneath and line it up in that beveled edge. Okay. And then this area here is used for lining up a card panel. On this half, it gives you a 1/2 inch border all the way around. So if you have cut your panel and then you put adhesive on it, you can line it up right in there. And then that will be centered and give you a 1/2 inch all the way around your card panel. So sometimes it's hard to get those things on straight and know that they're straight. And this has it built right into there for you. And then on the other side, now I'm working as a lefty, you can do it so that you have a 3/8 border. Okay, so let me just line this up here. And then when you remove your ruler, you have that even 3/8 all the way around your card panel. And then the other thing that you can do, if you are trying to line up a sentiment and you want to get it sort of centered in the middle of your card, so we've got this going so that it is at the 4 1/4, you can take your sentiment. Let me get my tweezers here. So I'm just using a sentiment strip. You can use that 0 centering and those dots on either side to kind of line your sentiment up and make sure that it is straight. So even here and even here before you go ahead and stick it down. So it's a great centering tool for lots of things besides just making sure you get something straight. So lots and lots of features in this tiny little ruler. It's a great buy. It's really, really well made. And I think every card maker needs one of these in their stash for sure. So if you've seen it on the online store, we haven't had it for too long, but we did order pretty deep on this because we just know that once people figured out, oh, wait a minute, it does what? then people are really going to start buying them. So definitely check that out because $14.99. Shelby says it's only $14.99. Let's just pop that up there. So only $14.99 for this T-square ruler, and it has all those built-in features. So just really helpful little tools to help you get things straight and centered without a lot of stress. So that is a great little tool for sure. Okie dokie. Now, we have a little bit of inspiration to share. Not too much, a little bit. I don't want to give away all my secrets. That's the thing. So Christina did a little bit of creating with the Waffle Flower boxed cupcake stencil and die. And then she also used the cupcake topper die. And there is a stamp around here somewhere as well that you can stamp with. I don't know where I put it though. Oh, here it is. See? So those products, and she created these really cool cards. So you can see the box in the background with the cupcakes, but all of the color on there has been added with the stencil. So you can create a cupcake box, a gourmet cupcake box in any color combination that you want. So I love that she has used a stencil on some of this as well. So when you are working with the stencils and you lay it over top, I'm just going to grab one here. You lay it over top of your box. So see how it masks off everything except for those open areas. She laid another stencil over top of that and then stenciled the pattern in there, which I think is such a great idea. So she's got sort of a decorated box, and then of course her fancy cupcakes. And then these dies here are the cupcake topper dies and the little stamp that says happy birthday. So that's the first one. And then here is another one, different color combination and cute little things like cherries and strawberries and different things that come in that die set that you can add to the top of your cupcakes to make them all fancy. And then here is a third card showing you how fun this is too. It is so easy to do. I have to say, I made the large cupcake version of this, and I was really nervous to do it because I thought, how am I going to get this all lined up? But it is so easy to do. The stencils do all the work for you. And like I said, you can do any color combination you want. And you end up with this beautiful cupcake box when you're done. So really super fun ideas there. So thank you, Christina, for creating those samples and showing us how this great set works. Who knows, I might do a live in the near future with that. And then we do have a set here from Amanda as well. And she has created using the Scattered Blooms cutting plate and stencil. Oops, that's covered up. There's stencils in there. And then she also incorporated the foilet panels and the insiders. Okay, now, so when you are working with the cutting plate, I'm just going to flip it over here. You can see that this cutting plate basically cuts out a bunch of flowers and greenery, and it puts all of this etching in your flowers when it does that. So you can take this plate, run it through, and you're going to end up with all these individual blooms that you can mix and match and do whatever you want with. So that's pretty fun. These darn lights. I love that. But then what you can do is you can take the stencil and you can stencil a background. Let me pull in one of these cards here. I want to see if they've got a whole background here. So here's one here. So she has stenciled the background on this card. You can see that beautiful blooms. And then she ended up cutting out the Hey There mega message shadow die, and then put the word part nested inside of that. I'm going to hold that up a little closer just to see if you can see the details. See how it's nested inside there? Isn't that fun? So you can stencil out the pattern with the stencil on its own. You can then take this panel die and you can layer it over top of this, and you can cut out all of those stenciled blooms. So your stenciling has been done, and now you're going to take this and it's going to etch in all of the detail that you see on this die into the flowers. So that is pretty cool. So that's the die and the stencil. Now the foil panel, even you might be saying, well, I don't foil, I don't need the panel. Well, what it does is it puts the black lines in all of the blooms. So this panel has been stenciled over top of the foil panel, and all of those black lines are now in the flowers. So, and then you can take the die and you can cut it out. So it puts texture in, and it also, the foil panel has added all those black lines. So if I just put these cards side by side, you can see that this panel has no black lines on it, and this panel does. That's the difference between using the foil panel and not. So you can get a nice soft bloom this way, or you can get the detail with the black edging in there. Now, if you want to take it a step further, you can do the foiling, and you can foil in gold or silver or rainbow or whatever color you want. And then you'd have the foil accents on there as well. So lots and lots of options. And then of course the insiders work really nicely. Did you use any of those, Amanda? Maybe not. No, she didn't. But these are inside panels that can go on the inside of your cards, and they have just really cool sayings on them as well. Some of them have to do with blooming, so it does kind of go along with this. Do you foil first, then ink blend, or does it matter? Okay, Susan, that's a really great question. So I just watched a video this week with Taylor at Tailored Expressions, and she said that over the years they have learned that you don't have to foil first. You can if you want. My philosophy is with the foiling part is to do the foiling first so that nothing interferes with the panel and the foil. So there's nothing there. There's nothing in between the black marks on here and the foil. But they're saying now that it doesn't really matter. You can ink blend first and then foil. So either way is fine, they say. So it doesn't really matter how you approach that. When the panels first came out, everyone was saying, you should foil first and then do your ink blending. But now she's saying it doesn't really matter. So I've only ever done it where I foiled first and then blended. So I'll have to start playing around with that in reverse and see how it works. But yeah, that's what she said in her video. So now I'll just show you the rest of the cards here. So this is a stenciled panel only. And then she's done the detail work with the mega messages, which I think is just spectacular. Really fun. And then the background in here, this is the plan. What is it called? I'm going to tell you. All Planned Out #2. So that gives you that large scallop in the background. That's part of that die set. And then this is a mini slim card. So again, she's cut those blossoms out and just created little clusters in the corners, which I love. And then another mega message, the thanks one, goes across the middle, fills it in nicely. Here again, she's cut out those blooms using that foiling panel again because the black lines are on there. And then she's added a few butterflies in from the Waffle Flower Butterfly Blossoms dies, which the butterflies work really nicely with these panels. And I love the color combination on this. It goes very nicely. She used the blooms for both of those, but you can see mini slim and A2 size card. And then here, I like this one too. She's done just sort of scattered the blooms all across the bottom of her card and then put her greeting at the top. So you can really mix and match a set like this in lots of different ways. And again, we're showing bright, bold colors, but again, you can switch up your ink colors and, make them a lot softer. You can make them all one color theme. You can mix and match however you want, and you get lots and lots of different looks for sure. So that is really cool. Okay. I think that is all of the fun stuff that I have to share. Now, let's get down to the draws. We're going to recap this. You know what? Let's get the other draw going while we're talking about that. So we're going to draw for a $10 gift card. And you can win just because you're here and you're watching and you're going to comment. So we're going to do a 1-minute timer. Shelby, can you do a 1-minute timer on your phone? Because my phone is in the mount. I didn't really think about that. We're going to do a 1-minute timer. When I say go, she is going, yes, she says hold please. Okay, well, you got a minute to get it going. All you have to do to win is be here. And in the comments, you are going to type, now don't do it yet because it's not going to start yet. You're going to type #new. So just give me a second here. I'm going to show you this really cool thing. It's going to come right up on the bottom of the screen here, and it's going to tell you that you need to type in #new. And we have this really cool program that is connected to our live, and it is going to track anybody who types in #new in the comments and enter them into the draw. So we will begin. Are you ready, Shelby? Let me just see if she's ready. She says she's ready. Okay, so anytime now you can type in the comments #new, and hopefully our tracker is going to work and it's going to be cool. I'm really hoping it's going to work. I tried lots of fun things tonight. So, oh, it's working. Okay, good. So just, type them in there, and it doesn't matter if you type it 65 times. It's only going to count you once. So once you type it once, you can stop. Okay, all you have to do is #new, and it is going to register for you for the draw. So we're just going to give everyone 1 minute. When Shelby tells us the timer's up, I'm going to click the button, and it's going to do this random draw. It's going to pop up on the screen and do it live. It's going to be so fun. And then we will see who the winner is. But while we do that, this is the other prize that is up for grabs. So this one, you have until tomorrow night to win. And all you have to do, okay, so Shelby's telling me that it's almost done. Okay, I better stop talking. Let's get rid of my banner. Okay, so is Shelby telling me time is up? Okay, so I'm going to hit draw. Are we ready? Here we go. Oh no, why isn't that showing on there? Shoot. Okay, wait. It's not showing. Okay, well, it's doing it off screen. Hang on. Why isn't it showing? We did a test this morning. Well, Debbie Mantler is our winner. Yeah, I'm really bummed it didn't show. It's supposed to show on our screen. Did I do something wrong? Oh, poop. Clearly I did something wrong. But I do have over here, and I'll take a picture and post it. But Debbie Mantler is our winner. I swear. I've got it up on my screen, and I'll take a picture of it. So she is going to win the $10 gift card. So Debbie, if you are here, we need you to email the store. So to scrapbookfriends@gmail.com and let us know that you are the winner. We will know that. And then we will reply to that and send you your gift card information. So please do that. I'll take a picture and post it on Facebook just to prove to all of you that, that she really is the winner. And then this price here that you're looking at, this one is you have to shop with us. And in the comments of your order, you need to type in the word like live stream, Facebook Live, YouTube Live, something to let us know that you were here. And then your name will be entered into a draw. And you can do it whether you watch this live or whether you're watching it on replay. And you have till tomorrow night at midnight. So that's June 5th at midnight. And then we will put everyone into our wheel of names, and we will do the draw and post that on our Facebook page so that you will be able to see that. But do not forget to leave the comment. If you do not leave the comment, I skip right over your order and I move on to the next one. So that is what tags me. So do not forget to put your comment in your order so that you get entered into the draw. Okay. And if you don't want to be entered into the draw, then I guess you don't have to worry about putting your comment in there. But if you want to be entered, you must put your name into the comment section to be entered in the draw. Okay. Well, I think that's it. I've taken up more than enough of your time, a little over an hour. That's not too bad. And I hope you enjoyed all the fun little gadgets and interactive things that we did in our live. We will get better. The lighting will get better. I'm going to have to do some research on that. I have a few people I can reach out to and see what they use for their live streams, because I'm not loving my lighting situation. So we'll get that sorted out, and then it will be even better. But thank you so much for stopping by and hanging in and watching us live. And even if you're here on replay, thank you for taking the time to do that as well. And we will see you all again really soon.